past 5 years or so, there have been a lot of NTAC sessions, articles, and tweets about grading practices. And Echo is set up to grade very traditionally using points and percentages, letter grades, and whatnot. But I found a way to adjust the grading scale to give different feedback to students and help focus the ideas of revision and reflection rather than points and percentages. So the idea is that first, you probably have practice work or assignments that may not need a grade, but you want to give feedback to students. So Echo has the feature to exclude from final grade, but it requires some kind of points in order for the facilitator to add a drop box. And the issue is if students see points, they look for the easiest way to get the points and don't think about how that is, how the effort is required for the assignment. Therefore, the purpose of feedback and revision gets lost in all of the points and the mess of grading and whatnot. So then when doing one of these assignments, it would be really nice to give an icon rather than a grade. So something that says, yeah, you got this, or go back and check for some feedback, come see me, we have a problem, or there was some kind of issue that needs to be fixed, like permissions in a Google Doc or something. And all of this would give the student feedback. Instead of a grade saying that that means to revise it or having something, we'd actually have an icon. The second idea is to have more rubric grading. And we give grades on a rubric, but then we convert the letter grades and have all kinds of goofy practices to align rubrics with traditional grading, and advanced means A and proficient means B. But with these two ideas in mind, we've come up with a solution using Echo in its current state that would give some feedback and rubric grading with just kind of a simple little hack that we've put together at Compass. So let me show you how that works. We log into Echo, and you could do this in a current class, but I'm going to start by creating a new one just in case we get a little bit nervous about messing things up. So first, click on Course Manager and create a new course, give it a name, term, fill in the dates. All the normal stuff that you would do in creating a course. Now we're going to go into the settings in the course editor and go to multi-outcome scoring. Hopefully you are using this feature, but enter your school-wide learning outcomes, but then we're going to add one more. We're going to call that feedback. It's going to be weighted 0 because it's not going to have any impact on the final grade. Now we're going to save that, go back into settings, and now we're going to go to scores. And in scores, what we need to do is create a new grading scale. So click on Add Grade Scale. If you haven't used this feature, it's pretty simple. You're going to create brackets for letter grades. So the first, we're going to name that. I use feedback and rubric. And next, we're going to make sure it is a practice. It is a percentage for the type. Now we're going to create the scale that allows for both feedback and rubric grading. So you're going to have to stay with me with this one and kind of trust me for a little bit. But in that first bracket, we're going to put advanced, AD, equals 76% or above. So anything that's 76% or above will get an advanced. Then we're going to do proficient, 51%, developing, 26%, and emerging, we're going to put that at 5%. Again, you're going to have to trust me just for a minute on this one. Now, here comes kind of the fun part of all of this. We're going to open up another tab and go to www.getemoji.com. And here we're going to find, you can find any of the emojis that you want to use for the icons for feedback. So the first thing I did is I picked like a check mark. And the check mark is going to be for it's all good. It's going to be my feedback that they're on track. So I copy that from the Get Emoji website, put that into the gradebook. Go back, and next I'm going to get a revision arrow, a feedback and revision arrow. Copy that one, put that into Echo. Then I'm going to find some eyes for the come see me, copy that, put it into Echo. And then finally I'm going to find a flag, put that into Echo. And for the very bottom, anything lower than that is going to be my danger sign. So a sign that says, hey, there's something not right here. You didn't do the assignment. I don't have anything to look at. So I'm going to copy that, paste that in. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to change the percentages. And so check mark is going to be worth 4%. The feedback and revision arrow is going to be 3%. See me eyes 2%, and a red flag will be 1%. Then click OK at the bottom. Now you're going to go back into the grade scale settings, and we're going to change a couple other things. We're going to change it so the passing score at the top is 2, and you want to make sure that it's checked that it's just the letter grade that we're going to see. Change your course grade view to your new scale that you created. Scroll down a little farther, you're going to see the grading categories. There's exclude and include. I changed exclude to feedback and include to grades, and made sure that that was only showing the letter grade. You might have to check a little box that says show details for that to come up. And then we're going to save that. And so next what we're going to do is we're going to create some tasks for the students to submit. So we make a task or submission, and here's where kind of the tricky stuff comes in. So you create the task, you name it, add description, just like you always would. Then you go to scores. And this assignment that we're creating first is just for feedback, so it isn't included in the final grade. Leave the top checkboxes checked. Next, change the category to feedback. And in scoring, under the feedback multi-outcome scoring, put 100. Add your drop box. Go down to the bottom, and there's these 5 check boxes. You want to make sure that it's unchecked for the include in the final grade. This means it won't be averaged in the final grade. And then you can click save, and we're moving on. Next, we're going to make an assignment for a grade. So we go through the same process, go to and everything's all the same up to the scoring page again. So we create the title, and then we go to scoring. And on the score tab, we change the category to grades. Now, let's say that this is for knowledge and thinking, oral communication, agency. We're going to put 4 points in each of those. So to be clear, the non-graded feedback only assignments are worth 100 points, and the graded assignments are worth 4 points. Just like any assignment, you can have a multiple school-wide learning outcomes graded in there. We're going to add a drop box, and then we're going to scroll down and check and make sure that it is included in the final grade. Now, if we want, we can go back up, and we can also give feedback on this just by adding 100 points to the feedback category. So put in 100 points there and hit save, and we're ready to look at some grade books. So now I'm going to go to a course that I already had set up. I've got some things graded so you can see what this looks like. So I go into the course, I go to activities, and you can see that it has different things. It has rubric scores, it has feedback scores. If I go in and look at a specific assignment, you can see a red flag, you can see eyes and feedback, check marks that things are all good. And so this is what it looks like when you've actually graded, and the students see this as well. We can go into an assignment, and we can put some grades in so you can see how that works. So here I go in just like I'm grading any other assignment in Echo. These are worth 100 points because it's for feedback. So we're going to give it a score of 1 to 4 and submit that for each of the students in this course. And then in the end, we're going to have a list of the type of feedback that each of the students got. And so we can go back and look at that, and that's kind of an indicator for me during class time now. I need to go see the people with the eyes. The people with the red flag, that's probably something that they can do on their own. There's something that didn't go right with like permissions or something like that. And then if they've got the barricade, that means they didn't do anything, so not a whole lot of help I can give. So just as a recap, if you want to do just feedback scoring, you create that assignment, make it out of 100 points, but you still grade it just 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you want to give rubric scoring, same idea, but out of 4 points and still grading 1, 2, 3, or 4. Hopefully this gives you some good tools to give better feedback and better grades. When you're all done, you can convert those to whatever letter grade you need to suffice your high school needs. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.